Good afternoon. It is Friday. Thank God it is Friday. Yeah. Had an interesting job this morning that I worked on for a few hours. It wasn't that interesting. It was just the process of me getting to it was interesting. But tonight is a happy hour with the Cactus X Culture. The second to last one for the summer. And this one is Central Phoenix, so I'm going. The other one was a Tempe, didn't go last week. Central Phoenix, and on a Friday, I'm going. And it's at a black restaurant. What kind of food is it? It's Louisiana kind of food, so Creole, Cajun. I already looked at the menu to see what I'm gonna order. So with that, it's not up there. I'm wearing my, not khaki, one of these linen pants again, and then another shirt that I had bought back at the last Torrid sale or whatever. Literally just took the tag off. And then, because it's kind of see-through-ish, I think it's considered linen as well. I'm wearing my shapewear. It's not the Beauty, it's not Skims, it's not the other one. It's the other one, the shapewear. Shape Make? Nope. Anyway, so that's what I'm wearing. Just turned off the AC, so we're gonna try to do this before it gets hot. It was cooler than Monday, but then of course I warmed up. So I did my eyebrows. The eyebrows I think look very nice. The eyebrows today were a mixture of Makeup Revolution on one eyebrow, which I ran out of, which is why every time there's a sale for eyebrow pencils, I go and buy some more. And the other one is Uoma, what's this called? It's, the box isn't easy to look at. The, right there. So I was in Walmart a few weeks ago, looking through the little clearance section, makeup section, and Uoma, U-O-A, no, the box is in front of me, I know that, U-O-M-A, it's a black beauty brand, and they had a bunch of these in clearance. I got it for $1.06. And so I did the other eyebrow, and then it has this little kind of holding gel as well, and that's awesome. I really like that, so I ended up putting the gel in both because it's a flippy. One side is just like this, so it's the pencil on this side, and then on this side is the little gel. So I like it. I'm gonna have to buy some more of these. Like I said, I collect eyebrow pencils because they don't last. I'm like, oh, 6 months expiration. They don't last that long with me. I can get through them like in a month or a couple of weeks. And I already have a backup Minted Cosmetic one. I had that one. I have a backup of Makeup Revolution cheap brand version at Walmart. So let's start with, so for primer, we're going to use Danessa Myricks. But I still don't have the universal, so I'm still using the one that I have. I'll use this as a primer. This also adds a little coloring, because I really just don't like shipping. Like shipping more than $5.99 is why I won't buy things. Like I just bought some more of my Clean Skin Club from Amazon, which is shipping. Amazon, of course, is normal versus going straight through Clean Skin was like $8.95. I'm like, I got it for $16, and then shipping is freaking $8.95. That's almost $30. I mean, I like them, but not that much. Amazon, cheaper. Anyway, and those will be here tomorrow. That's how fast it was. I don't know if I put it in my nose. And I still have the other primer. I'm just not using it. So I was looking for my backup. And instead I was like, oh, I'll just use this. Okay. And then I have a hand towel. I do, but usually it's next to me, but I've been using my cape. I'm a magician. Just wipe my hands off on that. Powders and stuff. See, I won't get anything on my pants. I hope I didn't just jinx myself. My mouth. What for lunch? I had a Danish for lunch. So busy with work, whatever, I ended up having breakfast for lunch. Like at noon, I finally ate. I had a croissant from that expired yesterday from Walmart at 88 cents yesterday. So I had that quickly while I was working, and then finally lunch. I just had a breakfast bowl that I had also bought at Walmart yesterday. Let's see, do we want to spray? We don't. Powder. Actually, you know what? Let's. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna powder. I know it's a lot. It's still warm out. It's gonna be like, I think still 110 by the time I leave the house. And I just put sunscreen on. Usually I do it in the morning when I wash my face, but again, it was busy. I didn't wash my face till later. Let's try to mess up these apples. These really, I really like how my eyeballs are looking at. Oh my, eyeballs are freaking, yeah, Uoma. I need to find out. People don't talk enough about them, so that's why I know they have a new blush kind of duo thing out, but people don't talk about it online, so that's why I'm like, I don't know how to say it because I've never heard anybody say it. And then the eyeshadow is a mixture of Natasha Denona Mini Biba palette. Biba, did I say Biba? And the Sephora Eyestories in the sunset, or I can't see, southwest sunrise. So it's a mixture of those two. And then I almost had a mixture of another one, but no, I pretty much is what it is. So what I'm going to do was is why I was hesitating. I'm going to do a little spots conceal with the Lancôme, because the foundation I am using is very light coverage. Even if I don't need that much, because it might be enough. I have this little dent right there. I don't think I ever tried to fill it in. I had a pimple all week. I think it finally went away. Didn't bring a brush to do that spot conceal. That would have made sense. So we're going to use the little and as it dries down and my face warms it up, it ends up being my shade. So even though it might look a little weird right now, too light, it turns into my shade. And I could do my under eye right now, but I'm not going to. I'm doing lashes today as well. Okay, so do I need to spray again? Very light, which didn't go anywhere I wanted it to. Okay, so finally, Yummy Skin, the bottle. It's just a sample because I'm tired of digging out of that sample. And I'm trying to remember if you have to shake this. I don't remember if you have to shake it or not. Jason Bourne is on the TV. They keep showing it. A lot of movies they've been showing a lot lately. Back to back, like literally every night. Life was on at least twice, and then Coming to America was on right after twice, 2 days in a row. Same with Blade and Blade 2. I haven't. Blade 1's awesome movie, but the freaking special effects and the CGI and all that is very bad. But it's a classic movie. And so you have to kind of get past that. Okay. So normally I'm not one of those on my face kind of, but I tried it the other day, and yeah. Because you don't need a lot. So, and that's still not a lot. So it's like a pea size. And then, guess what I have? I have the, I can't see upside down, Danessa Myricks Beauty Yummy Brush 1.0. I have to thank my mother who got it for me, sent it to me. Danessa is another one of those sites that has shipping that's out of my range, and Sephora has been sold out. So thank you, Mommy. She's like, okay. She just sent it to me. I was like, okay, yay. And so my voice is always fine until it. So you're supposed to be able to do a lot with this. Like it's an all over brush. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm just gonna go all over. I'm sure I could have, because of the sides, you could kind of get in crevices. I could have used the balm, this with the balm as well. I've been running my AC in the car more because, like I said, it's hot. So usually, like, I won't do it on the freeway. Every now and then I'll do it on the freeway, but usually only on the streets. But since I'm only driving in the streets, if it's still too hot, I'll do that on my way to the happy hour. And parking is validated. So the only thing about the milk bar was the parking situation. I'm like, I paid $12 for parking, and I'm like, I was here like 2.5 hours. I'm like, okay. And I usually don't go places where parking is free. I don't know if it's just because of the garage I was in and I parked in the wrong garage. But yeah, that cost more than I really had wanted to pay. I'm trying to think, because it's gonna, once it sinks in, as you know, a totally different effect. So that's why I'm just kind of looking. I'm like, I want to put another coat. And then I got to think about the balms underneath. It's going to add some shade as well. It's kind of, you know, kind of a lightweight kind of look I'm going for summer. And just that little bit I put, you see how big this is. This is more than 1 ounce. It's, I believe it's like 1.6 something. I can't see, 1.58. So this is going to last a while, so I can use this all year round. But I also have other stuff I can be using, so. Okay, so normally I would put this away and go to the next thing. But because it's multi-use, we are going to now put on my concealer, under eye concealer. So I was going to do 2 different concealer spot and then under eye, and I'm like, I'm not doing all that. Try not to get so close to my eye, because I see people do the eyeshadow and they do the whole under eye part and then they put concealer on and it's fine. I'm just like, it's because I probably moved my concealer too high up. I barely have, there's a lot in here. I just barely dipped in there. I'm just like, what's going on here? can't put it anywhere else. This won't take too long to dry anyway. What else I'm going to do? I'm going to do that in a second. So it's warm in here, but it's not hot. What are my plans this weekend? My car's a recall. I'm finally going to get it done. They've been bothering me about it, and I'm like, I don't think that part is not malfunctioning like you say it's supposed to not be. So, but yeah, I'll get it done. I'm doing it tomorrow. Since I have no other plans tomorrow. A friend of mine's birthday is Sunday. We're not as close as we used to be. Because in the past, I would have definitely did something, whatever. He'll get a text. Like, I'm one of those friends, like, if we're really good friends or whatever, I will spoil. I think for his 30th, yeah, he's younger than me, I had taken him shopping because he had a certain style of dressing. I mean, when he turned 30, I was like, okay. To JCPenney, went to the mall. This was during COVID, mind you, so it was like, okay, wear a mask, obviously, throughout the mall. But yeah, just bought him shirts, some shorts, whatever. It was very stylish. I'm good at dressing other people. I'm just learning to be stylish now, but I'm good at dressing other people. So yeah, so like I said, spoil. I haven't really spoiled anybody like that since. It's not really his fault for that or anybody else's fault. I just haven't met anybody I've been wanting to spoil like that, or I'm around that often to spoil. Because I'm a giver. My mother's a giver. I'm also a giver. And it's not always, you know, financial, whatever kind of thing. It'd be other things. I give of my time. So it's like, if I'm really good friends or whatever, like, I'm still one of those people. I'm like, if I have 5 minutes, I will give you 5 minutes. Like, whose car is that? Okay. Because I'm seeing my under. Okay, I'm like, what is that? Somebody's car is running. I think the AC's on. So yeah, his birthday's this weekend. I mean, he's still probably a good guy. Just we don't hang out anymore. We used to hang out all the time. But I kind of knew during COVID, I was like, I think COVID was just a test of a lot of relationships, friendships. I knew we were just friends. And it's like, okay, I'm like, if we get through COVID and still hanging out and all that, then okay. But I kind of had a feeling, I'm like, we're not going to get through this. And it turned out that's actually what happened. Because we used to go to the movies, but since the movies were closed down, it's like, okay, well, now what? That was our thing, to go to the movies. And then after COVID, well, kind of dwindled down, we went to a few movies. I don't even know what movies we went to, maybe 1 or 2 in 2021. I don't remember what it is. But one of the movies I had really wanted to go see, I was like, if it comes in theaters, if it goes to the drive-in, because it's going to go drive-in, I was like, will you take me to drive-in? I haven't been driving since I was like 4 to see Purple Rain. So thanks to my parents. And probably why it's one of the few musicals I liked. And he's like, yeah. And then I guess you kind of say it's my fault because I didn't remind him. Okay, it's in the drive-in now. So that's in a way my fault. But then it was in theaters. He's also a person like, I used to always be the one making the plans to go. Like, okay, this movie came out. He wouldn't pay attention to when movies came out. Even though we were talking about, okay, we want to both go see this movie. He wouldn't pay attention. IMDb exists. Hawkins app. Well, he wouldn't do the Hawkins app. But I'm like, really, dude? So I'm going to blend out edges. So, me not reminding him. So finally, I just went to that movie by myself. And I was so glad. There was a theater movie. You had to see it in theater. And it was wonderful. It wasn't like surround sound or whatever. At that time, you know what? The movie theater had better sound by my house. This particular Hawkins, the movie, the sound was Dolby, whatever, surround sound. And since then, the sound quality has gone down a lot. It doesn't do the whole surround thing anymore. You know, that little beginning of the movies where they're like, they play some sound and they kind of make it rotate around the theater. They don't do that anymore. They don't have that kind of sound system anymore. And I'm like, but I don't want to go to any other theater, so that's why I put up with it. But I'm like, y'all sound fucking, I'm sorry, freaking sucks. And like, what's that movie that just came out? Not Barbie, but the other one, Oppenheimer. I'm not going to see that, but that's one of those big screen, good quality sound theaters. So I have to go to a different theater, and then I don't know about IMAX because we have like one IMAX theater, and I'm like, I don't drive all the way over there. I don't want to pay all that money. Luckily, kids are back in school, so they shouldn't be at that movie anyway. To me, it's a little too adult theme. Parents don't be caring, but I need y'all to keep your kids out of freaking theaters for adult movies, rated R movies. So, what am I doing? We're gonna do that? Yeah, let's do that. Very lightly. I'm not doing eyeshadow, so. And this is my, what's this? My Shinab brush I got in Ipsy a while ago. I use it all the time for my eyebrows usually, which I have not set, but because of the gel or whatever defining part of that, I'm not going in there. I'm not messing up these eyebrows. Freaking eyebrows. I mean, they're a little shiny on it, but no, we're not messing with these eyebrows. So let's go. I'm doing the small brushes I have, which I did not bring out here. It's perfect for under eye, but this works too. I do like this brush. I use it, like I said, often for my eyebrows. Because I set them or put setting powder on my eyebrows before I go in because I have oily lids and that part of my face, my T-zone is oily. Okay. So be worried about setting T-zone. You know what? I have a clean brush. This is clean. I just cleaned my brush the other day. Okay. So bronzer, we're gonna use NARS. So if you wanna, I don't understand how people go through makeup so much because I'm like, maybe because I don't wear it every day, but I'm like, it'll last me a while. Shadows, let me look this way. The thing with my face already has this natural hyperpigmentation shadow. Even though I concealed, or spot concealed. There's a reason why I picked this particular brush when I don't know what this brush does. Where did I get this from? No, it's my BS small brush. And if you go on Amazon, they have a bunch of them on there, which is part of a set. I can easily look on there and they tell you what each brush is. So for my nose is why I chose this brush. But no, I really like this bronzer. It's just I don't use it that often. I was saying I'm using powders this summer. Who else has a birthday this month? Somebody else has a birthday this month. Ooh. He hasn't been on Facebook lately. That's why I forgot. His birthday's today. One of my actors from one of my movies years ago. Yeah, he hasn't been on Facebook in a long time. That's whose birthday is today. I was like, what? Then I have another friend whose birthday. I text him like every year, especially on his birthday, and I haven't heard from him in a while. So I'm like, he hasn't responded. Usually at least responds, so I don't know. His parents still live in my hometown, so I'm like, if the phone number hasn't changed, I can always try to get a hold of him that way. So I'm going to use this all over brush and blend out. Because I was gonna buy another contour stick. I can't get another Fenty Beauty mini contour stick because the big ones are like $32. The mini was cheaper, but they're not available, and they're not, like, they don't exist. I'm like, I know I bought this, you know, at some point. And I'm like, I don't want to. I mean, it's gonna last a while. I understand that, but I can be a little cheap sometimes. So, because Fenty had sent me a 20% off code or whatever, for whatever reason, I don't even remember, probably from the last thing I bought, which was skincare. I'm focused on skincare this month, so I'm not, buying like makeup. I'm buying something like skincare related, unless the Urban Decay All Nighter goes 50% off, then I'm buying that. So, otherwise, skincare. If it's not skincare related, like sunscreen, I need to buy some hyaluronic acid. And then I watched on the Teach Me Tuesday, she kind of, obviously does look like I know what I'm doing. I'm trying to use the tip of it with a little, this part, to blend. She had a Danessa, that's what I'm talking about. Had a casting call, model call. Was it Wednesday? I think, yeah, Wednesday in New York. I'm like, I'm not in New York. It looked like a good group of people showed up. And it was like 18 to infinity, so the age. I'm like, I'm not going to New York just for a possibility of, not like I want to be a model, but that'd be a cool opportunity. I'm always open to kind of new experiences, which is how I ended up starting doing makeup. Okay, so there's that. I'm gonna set that. Yeah, I'm gonna set that. We are using trusty. I'm gonna set on my creams first with and Juvia's Place just came out with a cream bronzer. I'm like, really, Juvia? Probably because they came out with the liquid blush and they had their powder blush. I'm like, now y'all want to come out with a cream? I have NARS for my cream bronzer. I don't need another one, and this is taking forever to get through. So now, I don't need it. I'm like, y'all really doing this? Like I said, people who have so much, I'm just like, it takes me forever to get through. And then they were like expiration dates, whatever. I know some people have things that have expired a long time. Somebody showed a MAC lipstick they had for like 12 years. I'm like, oh, hell no. I would never put nothing like that on my lips. I'm like, usually it starts to smell. I would just, even thinking it could be perfectly fine, but think about it for a while. I'm just like, I can't. So if you saw my National Lipstick Day haul video, because one of those was to replace one that I had that I only had a year, so I'm willing to do that for that one. But that one kind of said, I don't know if it's just me to smell. I smelled the other one, so yeah, it was time to go. I'm not good at looking all elegant when I do my makeup. I just do it. Okay, sorry about that. What time is it? So I want it to be done by 5. I don't see that happening. I don't have to be there till 6, and it's literally like maybe 10, 15 minutes to get there. Like literally go over because of suicide lanes and go straight down. Okay. The thing is, like when you pat it, the brush on like a tissue, nothing comes off. That tells you it kind of soaks in everything in there. Okay. So with that, let's set the rest of my face. Sephora collection, Micro Smooth. Which they have a sale right now. I guess it ends very soon now. But it's like buy more, the more you save. And I'm like, I don't need that much stuff for me to be buying a bunch of stuff. But yes. So yeah, skincare related, that those towels, clean skin towels was that, which is why I bought those today. When I finally had time. Okay, I'm gonna spray as well. But no, Fenty gave me a code and it's not working on stuff, and I'm like, really? So it's frustrating. I was gonna get some more toner, the fat water toner. So we are also using Danessa's Primadonna, and per the instructions, you're literally supposed to just tap. And then I'm gonna turn it this way. I can see it on the edge right there. I don't know if y'all can see that edge right there. And that's enough. Yeah, I'm gonna turn it this way. Yeah, because you see how bright this is. You would think putting it in there would be too much. But yeah, that tapping works. I'm gonna tap again because tap a few times. And it's still very subtle. And all this will melt. And the thing about blushes, they say blushes when the first things that fall off your face or comes off. Throughout the day, wears down, wears off. Okay, it's probably the edge right there. That is. So yeah, the code wasn't working. And they had a duo too, a mini duo of the new hella thick mascara and the melt off cleanser, oil cleanser, balm as well. They had a mini for like $25. I'm just like, skincare, even that's mascara as well. And my Ipsy package that should probably be going out in the mail, probably get here next week, the week after, has a mascara in it that's now popular everywhere. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give it a try because it's free. Well, it's not free, but it's part of the Ipsy. It's cheaper than it would be. I'm gonna pat this out for that blush though, because even though they said I don't have to. And then I am going to take this bronzer, kind of meet that a little better, blend. So I think it's by Benefit. So getting that sample would be cool. It fans out your eyelashes apparently, even though eyelashes are pretty cool. They've been looking very thick and separated these days. But yeah, it's part of the package. I think what else is in there. Oh, and a beauty oil is coming in it from Danessa. You get to pick one. That's the one I picked because I'm gonna run out eventually. Versus paying $30 for that one like that. Yeah, I understand $30 is a lot. Okay, so with that, let us something at the movies I want to go see. Oh, besides Oppenheimer. Eventually I'll see Barbie. I'm like, So it led to some people crying. I don't know about all that. I'm glad it's doing so well though. Okay. Let's do lips. Then I'll finish the eyes and we're done. I know I'm definitely just chilling. Yeah, I could do lashes anyway. Using brown liner, but I'm not trying to use a lot. I think not go too thick. That's how it looks when I actually sharpen it. Who would have thought? Because I know I have a pink or a red liner, but I couldn't figure out which one I wanted to use. And I was going to do a red lip, but then I decided I was going to do the Oya Beauty one that looks great and everything, because I haven't tested it eating, and everything seems to, it's very satiny or silky, whatever. It's not matte. It doesn't dry down matte, because I might eat some jambalaya. I want something that I can eat. And it won't be a problem. Either that or fish, catfish. I haven't decided between those two. So we are using the Say, I should have looked it up since that last video, Lip Blur and Pop. So I wore this to work yesterday, and it kind of melds once it meshes, whatever, but it lasts all day. So I wanted more of the pink to show than the brown. And yesterday, that's not what was happening. That's why I was like, yeah, some of the under eye stayed. That watery corner right there. That's why I don't put a lot of stuff right there. Okay, use this other brown because the one I was just using is creamy and not matte. Sealer. Yeah, the kids went back to school this week, so in Arizona. Well, if you go back, they went back so early. I'm like, Arizona goes back in August. It's like the East Coast. Goes back like September. It's always been this way. People act like this is brand new. Every year. West Coast, different time. I literally have this conversation with a friend of mine on Facebook every year. So I was like, we've had this discussion. Like, if your kids also get out later, of course they're gonna go back later. Okay, I'm like, what's going on there? It's catching. Okay. Yeah, there's people at Walmart last night getting stuff. parents with the kids. Some lady was like, I have a list. This is a list. We're getting what's on the list that they said you need. And she's like, we're getting this freaking list. I was like, kid, nope. What's on this list? And that's the cool thing about Uoma and the back to school. Like, the notebooks would be like 50 cents. Paper is cheaper. Glue is like 50 cents. Or less than. I think Walmart in that case is, yeah, definitely a good place to go. I think Staples also has about those same prices. I was looking at Staples for passport reasons, but I saw it on there. And then, of course, parents in grocery store buying stuff. Okay, my inside is bigger on the side. Let me even this out. Again, it's like, why you all up in my face? If you notice my eyeliner, it's weird. Okay. Notifications about stuff on YouTube. What's weird about YouTube is it recommends my own videos to me, and I'm like, that's my video. And y'all want to rely on AI when I keep getting recommended my own videos. I'm like, no. Okay. So that's that for that. And Steel is pretty good at setting itself. It's waterproof. It's called Stay All Day Waterproof. But I still set with a powder. I don't know what that was. It's like, I was gonna say something like a pig. There's a farm down the street, but yeah, I still set. Regardless. Because the ink lot was supposed to be waterproof, stay all day. Which in the movies didn't even cry. I don't even know what happened. It wasn't in the movies. I think it was one of the happy hours. And luckily, because it was dimly lit in there, so you couldn't really tell. But it came down my wing there, so I'm just like, and this is supposed to be waterproof, the best there is, and all that. I'm like, y'all need to test all these waterproof, stay all day kind of eyeliners, gel eyeliners on my eyes. And I put on, you know, the eye primer like I've been told by professionals. Just gel eyeliners just don't work for me. Pencils, they'll stay a little better, but I still set those. So yeah, I just what mascara did I use the other day? I used the mascara the other day. I think I cut it out of my video. I edited it out. The Milani Anti-Gravity is awesome. I wore that the other day. I think I wore it just for that video. And I was just like, yeah, this is still amazing. What I'm going to do real quick is, take that real quick. Let me take a little powder. I realize I'm holding this baby mirror in front of me and I'm not using it at all. I just lost my check my mail. I got the ColourPop package. No, I got a bill. I don't get bills most of the time or stuff I ordered, otherwise I don't bother. Okay. I'm trying to look at myself. Can't see. I was gonna do lashes. I really don't want to do lashes right now. And this video is going long anyway, but I really don't want to do lashes. So what I'm going to do, let's do a little more setting. Our last set. I just don't feel like this. I'm gonna say stress. So it's easier now. I just don't feel like doing all that. And I still look nice. So usually, because if I do something like the eyes, I would put on. I really just don't feel like. Sometimes they say, you know, put on something and then take one thing off. I'm not putting lashes on today. So we're just gonna go on with the mascara, Sky High. They had some Kiss lashes, sale actually. But a 3-day sale that Ulta had. And I'm like, 3 days and it literally ends the day before. Look it up. Okay, skincare month. I didn't need lashes because that's considered skincare. But you know, if you have a good sale. But I do have lashes that, I have a lot of lashes, some that I've never ever worn or even looked at. I have these flirty ones. Glad I went like that before I blinked. From Sephora. They're very long and I haven't worn them anyway. I'm like, what am I gonna wear them? They're so long, I think they would hit my glasses, my reading glasses. And I'm seeing, like, it looks like eyeliner, whatever, transferred up to here. But again, it'll be fine. What? I used the primer. But it doesn't matter. Like I said, my eyes are just really weird. People, you know, I see. You know, they were like, just do this, just do that, and then it doesn't work. I'm not gonna pay a professional all the time to do it for me. I have like one more friend who's a makeup artist who I'd like to maybe do my makeup. But since I've learned to do it myself, I'm like, it's like, okay, it's like, can you watch my videos or look at my pictures so you can see how not too over the top I like my makeup, so. It's like usually if I'm over the top, it's usually eyes, lips, that's about it. Everything else, I'm like, okay, try to calm it down. And maybe blush. Yeah, I'll say also blush. So yeah, I'm using my little New York that I got from my mother. And we're gonna put these earrings on, then that shirt, and this, like I said, this video is way too long. That's why I'm not, another reason why I'm not doing lashes. And then I'm gonna go chill for a minute. I need to send a message to somebody in Insta. Because I know he thinks I've been avoiding him. It's not that kind of situation, it's a business situation. And it's just, I'm one of the people, I'm like, if I tell you I will get back to you on something, it's like, kind of wait. I understand you're following up, but don't keep following up over and over again. I'm like, I will get back to you. It's like I'm doing other stuff. And these are universal thread, basically Target. And these are light pink to go with the shirt I'm wearing. So I'm going to, what time is it? Yeah, I start a few moments before I don't have to wear my glasses. So this is the shirt. This color. So it's kind of like soft, because I could have worn my Novel Charm ones, but that kind of pink and red, that just would have been too much. And I know this is more a rustic, burnt sienna kind of thing, but I didn't want to go too overboard, so I was like that. Oh, I forgot to mention, I'm going to get a microdermabrasion later this month, and massage later this month, and skincare. I have a chiropractor appointment on Monday because of that sun visor until it cools down enough for me to go back to another lot to try to find one. The one I have is sticking up there, but still, the way I have to sit, it's ridiculous. So I'm like, I need to get my back work done. And they're like, yeah, still $30 out of pocket. I'm like, cool. Because I don't think my insurance covers it, so it's like, I'll just do $30 out of pocket. And it go every now and then. So this is my final look for happy hour tonight. So have a good weekend.